That's why
We
I'm
are
not
live.
allowed in Disneyland anymore.
Well,
No.
maybe you shouldn't be trying to molest Mickey's beneath his costume.
It wasn't that, I swear. I mean, come on. I thought Tom Sawyer's Island would be the best place to hold a ritual. Come on.
Oh God.
The chat
Hey
is
there,
like,
everybody.
what were they talking about?
I don't know.
So, to those who are complaining, they were, and those who were asking, who's this secret special guest? Well, lady, take her away. Induce yourself. Induce yourself. Yes, induce yourself upon
myself?
us.
Oh gosh.
Wait a-
Okay. Well, I'm really terrible at intros. So I'm Lady Ambrosia. I vlog on YouTube. I am terrible at intros. I am 23 years old. I'm a barber and a witch, and I'm super fun. So yeah, get to know me.
And she has a
Alright.
YouTube channel too.
I do.
Yeah, what's the name of your channel?
It's Lady Ambrosia.
Okay. And we'll put a link below too, so people can go and check out your channel.
Sweet.
Yeah, I should. Yeah, I should do that. Yeah, I'll do that after the episode. I found you. To you, actually.
Right on, man.
Idiot.
You said it, not us.
Really admit it. What are you talking about? I don't know where you guys have been. Oh, before we get started, any topics anybody wants to bring up for our audience?
Our topics.
Any topics that's been on your mind? Speak.
Oh, that's like a whole nother video
Worthy.
though.
That's
That is a whole other video.
Yeah.
I got no topics. I'm boring.
Oh.
I know. I'm sorry. I should have been more prepared.
Tell us about trimming hair. What is that like?
Well, I like to consider myself a follicle demolition technician.
Ooh.
Makes it sound real
Nice.
fancy.
It does. It does. Have you ever had to reassemble them back onto the hair?
Oh yeah. Oh, daily. Yeah.
Little tiny dabs of glue.
Yeah. Just, take a little scalpel, drill a little hole into the follicle, just place it in there with some lash glue. It's fine. The blood just is extra adhesive.
There you go. There you go. And if they're not bleeding, you're not doing it right.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, I think which episode are we on? We're on like 15
12.
or?
We're on 14 right now. Oh, no, he's talking about Mullet Man.
Oh.
Yeah, because
Mullet
I think this is the last two. Right?
Yep, the last two.
There is light at the end of the tunnel.
Yes.
Last we left off, he was talking about Pokemon, like an old person. And I just put my elbow in my ashtray. That was
Gross.
Really?
Party foul.
I'm not even drunk.
Well, that might be the problem.
Yes.
Exactly. I actually did a scientific test. Completely and totally shit-faced. Purposely fell off of a patio. And I didn't spill my beer. The quicker I
Congratulations.
got, the less I spilled.
So I think Soren's more into this football game than I am right now, even though right now I am trying not to swear and throw things at the TV. But
Who's playing?
Patriots and Falcons. Right now, Patriots have 20 and they're close to getting another touchdown, and Falcons are at 28 with I think like what, a minute left?
That sounds just about as exciting as our last political election.
Yeah. Soren, they're only going to get 3 points. If they get the field goal, that's the problem.
They got to get a couple more home runs, right?
No, they have to get like 3 points to even attempt to win, but
Like
they might be only a point away after the kick.
Well, as long as the Patriots hold second base, they should be okay.
Yes, Travis, I know they just got the touchdown. That's why I wanted to throw something out the TV.
It's just good. These are just going right over Lukey's head.
I know what you're doing, damn it. I'm ignoring it. I will curse Tom Brady. Apparently, Soren wants to curse Tom Brady right now. Come on.
Alrighty, so you guys, so Lady Ambrosia, are you ready to lose quite a few brain cells?
Absolutely, let's do it.
All right.
Let's get to the darkness.
Anytime now.
Yes.
Okay.
So now we'll turn off our camera.
Yep.
There we go.
Bye.
Bye. Everybody look at my bunny. I already do. Fuck you, Tom Brady.
And now Mad Witch is presenting.
Oh, my computer finally caught up with everything. Stupid computer.
I'm not seeing anything on my end, though.
Really?
I'm seeing your blurred gray screen.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to be seeing because of their horrible 90s technology.
Oh, yeah, that's how they all start out.
VHS converted to digital recording. Let me know if you guys can hear this okay.
All right.
Oh, hold on. Okay, you guys didn't hear that at all. I know you didn't because I'm listening to it in my ear.
Yeah, I don't hear anything.
I don't hear anything on the headset, at least.
Yeah, I don't hear anything either.
Yeah, we always have technical difficulties, right at the beginning. And then we
This fucking mullet,
go.
though. It hurts my hairdresser hard.
I know, really, for you, it must be torture. You must want to just like reach through and just trim that.
Yes.
Somebody put toothpicks in her eyes so she can't close them. Let her live this nightmare with us. All right, that might be a little too quiet. So, all right, I fixed it.
Yay.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
I'm glad I'm going to college for this shit. Joe, does
Matt
it?
is.
I mean, you're better than me, so that's at least saying something.
Yeah,
'Cause,
Matt is
I'm
our technical
I'm
genius.
like at the bottom of the barrel when it comes to technical intelligence. It's just not really my forte.
As
I
long
have
as it's
other
not on
assets.
fire, it works.
I actually find it funny that Logan's been on YouTube longer than I have as a channel.
Logan's been on YouTube longer
Still
than I've been
asking how does
alive.
it work.
Ooh. Okay, that's it. Last time we have her on our show.
Oh,
Actually,
you know,
no,
I'm
I
just
like her.
playing.
I like her.
That's it. When the
Logan,
old
you know
jokes
I
come
love you.
off. The
You know I
gloves
love you.
come off.
Hey, if I don't make fun of you, that means I don't like you.
Oh, okay, all right. And you must really like me.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Become the Pokemon Master. That's the whole premise and the whole goal of the game. Now, character, right here. Catch them. And again, it doesn't make any difference what I say or says. I'm going to tell you what they describe him as. So this is energetic and who's a little too competitive, with catching all Pokemon, and driven to become the world's foremost Pokemon master. know, every watch this program, whether it's a video, whether it's a cartoon, whether it's a comic book, they hear this mantra, this rap song is played over again. Travel across the land, searching far and wide to understand the power that's inside. Chant it to them. God. Over and over and over and over again. You know what it does? It fuels more cards, more books, more videos, more movies. It's designed to do that.
It fuels kids to have an imagination.
Here, this is Misty. Look at this.
Hold on.
Now, this is off of a comic book. This is actually a page of a comic book.
There we go.
This was clear.
No!
This was actually clear. You'd see
What
that
happened?
that's a halter top. And she's got short shorts on.
My computer's being
she's about the
stupid.
same age as what Ash
Okay.
is. He's described as companion.
Okay, so watching these shows and getting all these things is basically like crack for kids.
What was
Or
crack
drug
for
deals
me?
going down.
Honestly, I'm listening to him talk, and all I could think what was crack for me as a kid was No School Day, not a cartoon show.
Right.
It was like, yay, no school. I don't gotta deal with teachers. But the idea that it makes kids, it hypnotizes kids. It's like, no, it doesn't. It makes kids think of imagination. It makes them want to draw, or it makes them want to have imaginary friends, which is perfectly normal and fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but this is what they usually get paranoid about. They either get paranoid about one thing or the other. They got paranoid about heavy metal music, making kids worship Satan. And then they got paranoid about comic books. And then they got paranoid about cartoons. And they got paranoid about video games. And now they got paranoid about Pokemon. Yeah, D&D. You could list off a whole bunch of things they get paranoid that kids are going to get sucked up into and, like, you know, start, like, doing crack and robbing people. And it's like it's just ridiculous. They think that if no one is, like, completely, like, has their nose in the Bible, then they're off doing naughty things that they shouldn't be doing.
Yeah, they wouldn't want to come to my house then. They'd walk in and have a freaking seizure or heart attack.
Obviously, kids are supposed to be, like, severely depressed and suffering constantly and not have any fun.
Yes,
Like going to
exactly.
the dentist, you can't, you know, at the dentist, they're like, oh, well, stop eating sugar and this and that. It's like, well, let me live. Gosh. Really?
Exactly. You're only young once. It's like, let them have fun.
Right. And if really, honestly, if Pokemon is your biggest concern, then I really don't think you have a concern to be concerned about in the first place, darling.
Exactly.
You should be concerned about your concerns. That's what you should be concerned about.
I mean, let them, like you said, let them be kids, or they turn into grumpy old men or women, like a few people we know.
Well,
Okay,
and I think, too, that when you have a lot of restrictions on your children and you're very strict, what actually ends up happening is that when they get older, they rebel 10 times harder than they would have if you just let them have a little bit of fun, dye their hair pink, and watch Pokemon.
Exactly.
Who is building a bridge in the background? I hear, like, tapping and rapping and...
I did. I think that might be Lady Ambrosia typing into the chat.
I'll try to type quieter.
I was like, I heard this like kink, 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 kink.
I have nails. I can't help it.
Oh, that's what it is.
Sorry.
It's all right. I was like, what the hell? Because I know I have to turn off my mic whenever I type.
Oh, maybe
I don't think she's on a desk. I don't think she's on a desk either. I think she's just has her computer in her lap right now.
You're right.
I'm good. I'm good at this.
So good. So good at this.
All right. So you also mentioned that Misty, this character right here. I don't know if you guys can see my mouse because it keeps flashing like a piece of shit.
We see it.
Singing a halter top,
What halter top?
And the short shorts. Yeah, she wears
Her
kind of
shirt,
like a halter top.
God,
yellow
what?
spaghetti strap halter top thing.
Why do people get so obsessed with what cartoon characters are wearing? I mean, back in my day,
he
cartoon
that
characters
she's-
were running around without pants on. Or they'd be
he
wearing
pointed out
scissors.
the fact that she's
They were also ducks.
10 years old wearing this stuff. And what he doesn't understand is that this is a foremost Japanese cartoon.
And
They
they're
have a
drawn-
different culture than we do. They are actually more sexually open than we in the Western world.
Yeah,
When
but
it
they're
comes
also
Good for them.
they're also drawn on paper.
Okay, like,
They're
listen,
not real.
obviously, cartoon and anime women need to be just as oppressed as real life women. Get it
There you
together.
go. There you
Or
go.
they have to
Yeah,
be
they need to
dressed
wear
like
hijabs.
nuns. They're not happy unless they're dressed like nuns. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. All right.
So, to mention in this episode, he's going to talk about the psychology behind these three main characters. And
Spoilers.
spoiler. What's the spoiler is if I were to tell you what he
Spoiler
says
alert.
about them.
I remember.
The chat room is so crazy right now.
Yeah,
Yes, they are.
I'm trying not to laugh.
They're always crazy in there.
Moat, I don't think anyone needs to go to Tumblr. We talked about this.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, we don't want any Tumblr people in our chat. It'll all hell will break loose.
No Tumblrinas, please and thank you.
Exactly.
And don't you and my subscribers, don't you dare make me go to Tumblr. I'm going to kill myself.
I may have a Tumblr, but I have it filtered where it's only pagan, witchy, and Lord of the Ring things that pop up.
Yeah, and I have a Tumblr and I use it for what it's supposed to be, for porn. Hello.
Well, okay, I'm
Is that
not
what
gonna
Tumblr's for?
lie.
Man,
I'm
I've
not
been
gonna lie. I do have links on my Tumblr to fan fiction pages with Marvel
Yes.
Comics heroes.
Yes, queen.
Mostly Marvel superhero ones because we don't go into my obsessions.
we don't
It's
want to
pretty
go into
bad.
your obsessions.
No, you don't. It's pretty damn dark. Anyways, let's get on with this horrible fest.
Oh, okay. Quickly change the subject. Okay, Loki. We see.
Right?
Ooh, look,
Let's
China.
not delve into her life too much.
CC, you're grounded. Anyways, let's go.
Don't be grounding
So
our
what he
chat.
says about her. She's headstrong and stubborn, constantly arguing with Ash.
Yep.
Typical woman.
Sis.
Just kidding. God forgive me. All right.
Poor mullet,
It was
man.
spirit. That's what it was. And here's
Speaking of Tumblr, they were probably in this chat right here being like, "Oh my fucking god, you're so sexist. Why is Misty gonna be such a?" That's just how she is. She's headstrong. Yes, she was actually a very good character in that aspect of constantly on Ash's case for doing stupid shit.
Yeah, but I was
'Cause, you know,
laughing at him saying typical woman. It's like, what?
Can you honestly expect anything more, though, from a guy who has a grown out ombre mullet? Like, please get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I guess not. My
Not to
favorite
mention the
part
fact that
is
he's
how-
Christian.
I like how it's like dyed at the ends there, so it kind of like flares out from a brown into a blonde.
I think
Yeah,
he had
ombre is
bleached
French.
hair.
Ombre is French for blend, and that just looks like grown out roots.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
It's not
That's
really an ombre.
that looks worse than what my roots look like right now, but mine kind of look cool with the red. So
And we've also come to the conclusion that when he feels threatened, his mullet sprays out like one of those lizards for self-defense. Just
he's
only if
really
he
a lizard
feels
man.
threatened. Yes, only if he feels threatened, though. So
Brock over here in the corner, and Brock is by far the most hormonal. His fascination with the opposite sex many times are the group in trouble. Then there's Pokemon trainer Gary. But Gary is a real self-centered diva, and he's obnoxious.
Yep.
Because he's the
Two characters.
rival.
One's called Jesse James.
Right.
They're the
They
villains.
made his personality.
Right.
Gary's personality, so you wouldn't like Ash. You know,
Yeah,
so
and
yeah,
it's
they made
almost
him a
like-
jerk.
Yeah, and it's
Okay,
also
but who was
almost like-
Brock? Wasn't there a character named Brock? Because I thought he was so cute growing up. Wasn't he? Didn't he have the spiky brown hair and like was kind of stupid?
Yeah.
They called him the over-sexualized one because he was getting them in trouble with his flirting with girls.
Yeah.
The most trouble he got them in was with Officer Ginny.
Mm.
Or even Nurse
Yes.
Joy. Nothing else that I can remember.
I'm just saying, I would be his Nurse Joy.
And also, all these
There
are
you go for all you
characters.
artists.
They're supposed
For
to be
all you artists out
characters.
there, start shipping.
Ooh. But, oh.
But
let's get-
CC says Brock was a fucking hole.
Yeah, but do you blame him? He had so many siblings. He had to do something to keep his mind off stuff. So hitting on girls was second nature. Because I'm pretty sure his parents just screwed like bunnies. It's proof. You see his siblings. There's like 20 of them.
When is this from? Is this like in the 90s?
Yeah,
think so.
we gathered that was from
Early
like
90s?
98.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
later
I think-
90s.
I think like late 90s. I think like, didn't we determine it was like 1996?
6
We-
or 7.
Yeah, it was anywhere between 6 and 8.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
figured it was probably about that. So probably
Because Pokemon
1996.
came out in 94. This Pokeball with the gold card in it was from Burger King, and that came out around 96.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It
So,
became like real popular here in America.
yeah, this would have had to be in between that part of 6 and 7.
Moat of Lobaros? I don't know. It says 1999.
Oh, okay.
It could be.
So when this was
The video.
produced, I would have been like 7.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I was in middle school, going into high school soon.
I think I was actually in middle school when this happened.
Lilocan.
So yeah,
Yes.
Lilocan was protesting outside of City Hall.
No, that was in 1980. that was way before that. No, in 99, I was living in San Francisco in an apartment with my girlfriend, and we were trying to figure out if we wanted to go out for New Year's or not. Because it was, the millennial. And it wasn't because we were scared something was going to happen. We were more scared like idiots running around doing shit.
Right. Now you really need to be scared of that.
Now I just don't fucking care anymore.
I'm getting mugged one way or another.
Yep.
It says about them. Prepare for trouble, make it double. Jesse gang looking to steal. Jesse and James are stuck up, fashion.
Yes.
And they're also prone to.
Ooh.
If you don't know what that means
Cross-dressing means. And who gives a crap? Like seriously, like honestly, who the fuck cares? If you're a dude and you want to go wear a dress and high heels, just make sure you shave your legs. All right, please.
Come on, James made a better woman than I did at that age.
He did too.
So there was a Pokemon character that was a cross-dresser?
No, it was
Give me a minute.
the human two human characters always cross-dressed.
They had a Pokemon
for
character
their-
that kind of looked like a drag queen.
Yeah, Jinx.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jinx looked like a drag queen. Mr. Mime looked like he was on heroin.
Almost just
I'm
like
just-
society.
Yeah, pretty much. Pokemon has its roots in real life.
I'm gonna be honest. I seriously considered getting a Vulpix tattoo, but I did not.
Hmm.
There's still time for that.
Yeah, Vulpix is still pretty awesome.
Personally, I'd get the evolutions though.
All of them.
All of them. And then the more that come out, the more that I'll get tattooed.
Right on.
Means that if you feel
Sorry about
like
that
you're a
walking
woman in a
array.
man's body,
Sorry.
Just don't let
you're
it
I
happen.
had-
clothing. You dress like one. Feels manly. Is underclothing and dress like one. Dressing. Oh, what kind of role model would that be? Okay, now remember at the first, I think that's enough right here, because I think we've got a pretty well good establishment. Remember that if the characters models that establish the kind of values, standards, and morals that we wanted our kids to have when they got that this game or this particular thing is okay. Okay, so let's examine what we got.
All right, before he goes into this,
Mm-hmm.
so the whole entire thing is, we had an extensive conversation about this. Like, should you have your kids get their morals solely from this cartoon?
Oh yes, we did. Mm-hmm.
Right. So now he's asked. So now he's asking the real question. Due to his and actually very accurate portrayal of the characters and the cartoon itself, like it is very accurate for those of you who've never seen it. Should kids or anyone view these characters as kind of an extended role model? I'm going to say extended role model to kids.
Honestly, I mean,
You have a boy who is headstrong, very competitive, and wants the best for himself. You have his female friend who is very headstrong, very independent, very loving and caring of her friends. Then you have an older gentleman who is kind and caring towards animals, but who just so happens to be a horn dog. Right? Like, those are the three main characters, and those are the three characters you're going to see most often in this cartoon. If you had a son, would you not want him to have, everything that he's wanted? If you have a daughter, wouldn't you want her to speak her mind, even if it's unpopular? That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. The thing is like, I know we got into this discussion last time, but I don't really think people get their morals from cartoons. I think that you grow up with morals based upon what your relatives, what your friends, and what your society instills on you. And people, I think, identify with cartoons for the characteristics. Like, you might identify with a cute character or a strong character or an independent. You will identify with those, and you might enjoy and the aspect of that character, but I don't think that character has any influence on you. I think that you identify and sympathize with the character, but as for where you actually get your morals from, again, I think it's instilled by your society, it's instilled by your friends, and it's instilled by your family.
Yeah,
So you're saying
I
that
agree
the
with my
cartoon
little kid.
characters are just more relatable? Like you find the cartoon characters more relatable instead of as role models?
Yeah, I think you identify, like, there's certain characters that you might like because of whatever aspect you identify with, but I don't think it actually formulates and has an influence on your morality. That's my point.
I mean, fuck, it's a cartoon, you know?
Exactly. And yeah,
All
I
right.
mean, you know, if you actually believe that if you dress that way and like run around catching Pokemons, I mean, nobody really believes that. It's the same thing with cartoons and video games. Nobody actually believes that, you know, they should go around and kill zombies. I mean, it's just
Until Pokemon Go came out.
Yeah,
We don't talk about that addiction. Because
yes.
I still have it on my phone. I still play it. It gives me something to do when I'm bored at work.
A lot of
But-
people like Pokemon.
I mean, I look at how he's saying these are bad moral characters. He's only looking at the stereotypical parts of their characteristics, which is a stubborn boy. Boys can be stubborn. A stubborn girl, good. Girls sometimes need to be stubborn when it comes to idiotic boys.
Hey,
But
what about
You're
idiotic
right.
girls?
You're right.
but at the same time, it's what defines a role model is somebody they can look at and go, I want to be like them. I don't think any kid, not even I did. Well, okay, I kind of did with the Sailor Scouts because I really wanted to be a Sailor Scout when I grew up. But you don't look at them and go, I'm going to be exactly like them. I'm going to go out and catch Pokemon. Most kids know the difference between reality and fantasy when it comes to cartoons and where they live. Their mind might want to escape into fantasy to imagination land, which is fine.
Did I just hear
Fuck.
Soren say I don't?
We don't talk about that, and yes, you did.
All right, Soren is either going to have to make a face reveal or
Shut up.
exactly.
Oh, I will eventually try to see if Soren will just lean in and go hello and run away. And they just hissed at you guys.
But
if you watch
hiss back
them-
at them.
Yeah, but if you watch one of my videos, you'll see them kind of peeking through the mesh thing in the kitchen. So technically, they did a face reveal. So, Anyways, let's get on with this madness.
Let's see. Quibbling, self-centered, addictive, obnoxious, horrified, evil, thieving, prostitute. I don't know about you, but I mean, even if I wasn't a Christian parent, I wouldn't want my kids to grow up with those. Actually say that they don't biblically stand up, do they? They don't represent the kind of values and standards we want our kids. And they're definitely not the role models we want our kids to be.
Have
Exactly.
your kids go
They share
fucking watch
this that
VeggieTales.
Our children
Damn.
are identifying with.
Hey, pause the video for a second, please. They should have the morals of, you know, like turning people to pillars of salt and doing genocide and enslaving non-Gentiles, or Gentiles, I should say.
If you want the characters in a cartoon show to live up to your fucking book, then go have your kids watch VeggieTales. Fuck.
Exactly.
Exactly.
But even then, you
Damn.
don't want your kids to think they're a giant cucumber, do you?
Oh, God forbid.
Yes,
Soren, shut up.
they can't hear you guys. Know that, right?
But it's so funny when
Relay
he's
the
talking
message,
about,
Loki.
when they're talking about getting morals from biblical morals. It's like, has he ever read his own book? I mean, it's filled with horrible events. People getting slaughtered and genocide and slavery and rape and incest. People being turned to pillars of salt and all kinds of stuff.
The Bible is
And-
horrible.
Kids
It
being
is.
mauled by bears for calling a man bald.
Exactly, and well deserved, by the way.
Exactly. You don't mess with a bald man.
I like bald heads.
Our
Exactly.
shininess cannot be defeated.
Yes.
Y'all
It's a
know how I
sign
feel
of
about bald
virility.
heads.
Yeah,
Baldies
because-
unite.
Yeah, well, she just likes it because she doesn't have to trim any of that freaking hair. That's why.
Right?
She just has to do a little wax polish. Yep, there you're done. Next,
Oh,
little spit
right.
what
shine.
today? Shoe polish or turtle wax?
You're not wrong.
Squeaky, squeaky, squeaky. Next.
You charge a nickel, right?
A nickel. Back in my day, it was a penny.
Oh man.
We're all horrible people here. That's okay.
Yes,
We're
we
all
are.
going to hell together.
Yes.
In a handbasket. With
I'm gonna need
beer.
there to be air conditioners though, because I'm not trying to have my face melt off.
Yeah, the humidity is going to be a bitch.
Oh God, my hair's gonna curl.
Yep.
Don't worry, the devil will set us up. Don't worry.
Good.
We'll have a pool and everything.
Well, it is a lake of fire, so.
Just one little section of it cut off
Yes.
for swimming.
A little kiddie pool.
Don't go past there. You'll drown.
Oh lords.
After day, playing this game, reading the books, looking at the videos. I'm told that these have supernatural abilities. They can evolve and grow into bigger, better monsters. This is the scene, actually, from the movie. And look here. This is
a good movie.
This is Mew over here. And this is Mewtwo over here, complete with his satanic salute.
Oh,
This is always given with the left hand.
it's not a
That's
satanic
significant.
salute.
Remember,
He's like Superman. When Superman flies, he puts his arm out like that in a fist. That's what he's doing, you dumbass.
How you said the 3 fingers put up the devil's horns. I said it before. I'm like, no. If anything, if humans had 3 fingers, we would have a thumb, our index, and our middle finger. If we had 3 fingers, we'd look like Ninja Turtles or some shit.
And if you have a character with 3 fingers, there's really only a couple of positions you can put it in without, like making people think you're flipping them off.
Exactly.
Or giving them the peace sign. I mean, there's only a couple of ways you can move those fingers together. I just find it so funny that they just see imagery in every single thing. I mean, it's insane. How can you possibly live like that? Like, you see imagery in everything. That must drive you nuts.
Just look. There's a conspiracy theorist here on YouTube.
Well, it's all
And
the
he
Illuminati.
has,
I know that.
It's logos. No, it's not the Illuminati. He's a flat earther.
Well, who
But
do
all
you
these
think is
logos-
behind the flat Earth? The Illuminati.
No, he's never mentioned the Illuminati. Surprisingly, I have to give him credit for this. He has not mentioned the Illuminati yet.
Well, that's just because he's not woke.
he's not woke enough. So it's
He's
programmed.
not woke. If he was really woke, he would know that the Illuminati are behind everything. I mean, everybody knows that. Even the lizard people know that the Illuminati are behind everything.
Exactly. Those mofos are crazy.
Exactly. And if you don't know the Illuminati's behind everything, you're not woke.
Hashtag woke.
White people, stop saying woke.
I'm triggered.
Oh no, we've triggered our guest. Now what do we do? Oh no, quick.
I need my safe space quickly.
Everybody gather around her, protect her.
That might be kind of fun though.
Okay, slowly back off. No.
You're not making this easy, Ambrosia.
I think that's the point.
My girlfriend's already giving me shit because I said you're hot.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
I didn't hear that.
You're right. You
Oops.
didn't hear that because I said it off
Slipped
screen.
out. Well, now she knows. So
Yeah, now she knows.
Oh, I know nothing.
She's known.
I know
She's
nothing.
known.
Ooh, I'm so gonna tell your girlfriend on Twitter. I'm kidding.
She was earlier in the chat. She was trying to poke fun at me for that.
I would too. I like poking fun at you. It's like a pastime.
I'm just saying it's not gay if it's in a three-way.
Exactly.
That's true. That's true.
If there's more than
Just don't cross
if
the
there's
board.
more than 2 people involved, it's not gay.
Yep, exactly. And if it's more than 4 people,
Your
it's a
swords
damn
must
party.
be mine.
Exactly.
Oh.
Of course, that's what we always want. Bigger and better monsters. That's what and we're told that they get bigger and better through the use of energy. A funny thing happened. Well, actually, it wasn't funny, but an interesting thing happened when this movie actually first. I want you to see it. This is from CNN. This. Because this is very highly unusual. This cartoon triggers seizures of children.
Oh my god, that wasn't the movie.
Ooh, that was one episode of Pokemon.
Yeah.
That was a Polygon
figured out-
episode.
Mm-hmm.
And once they figured out that that was doing it, they canceled it and it was never shown again. You can find it on YouTube. It's hard.
They actually did re-air it, but they aired it censored. They
What is
took
this?
that part out. They took the flashing lights out of it and just made it a solid color. They did not do flashing. They edited it so it could be shown on the American TV. It was only shown once in Japanese and in Japanese. And you can only find that version of it either on YouTube or special release DVD, or if you were smart and you were a Japanese person who recorded it.
Yeah. I don't think Lady Ambrosia knows about that, Mad. Can you kind of explain it?
About the episode that caused seizures.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't heard about that.
Okay, so this was like season 2 or something. The Pokemon Porygon. I don't know how much you follow Pokemon, but it's a Geoid type Pokemon that uses psychic energy, and they were trapped inside of the computer network, and Porygon saved them. Well, these missiles exploded, and I guess when missiles explode in the computer world, there's these rapid flashing lights, and those lights ended up having not only kids, but also older people have seizures over in Japan.
What? Old people have seizures?
Apparently.
Well, it was triggered by this episode.
Triggered.
Triggered.
Yeah, there's something about something in the brain. Like if you see a certain combination of colors in people who are susceptible to seizures, it can sometimes induce a seizure in people for whatever reason. I
All
mean, it's
this
just
The brain is stupid
witchcraft.
that way.
exactly. That's what it's what it all boils down to. It's all demons and witchcraft.
Mm.
Yep.
But yeah, they ended up canceling it, and like Loki said, they ended up editing it to where it was just one solid color of like white or like a dingy pink.
I think it was a whitish yellow. They actually did that because what happened is the missiles blew up because Pikachu did the electric shock.
Yeah.
So they kept it the same color as the electric shock instead of switching colors.
Well, that makes sense. But yeah, it was not the movie. There was no big flashy lights in either the Japanese or the Western version of the movie.
The only thing the movie did was around the end made you cry like a little bitch, okay?
Maybe you.
Shut up! It was sad.
I didn't cry, man. I had something in my eye.
I got some eye.
I think I remember watching this movie at like a movie night at school in like 3rd grade.
But you didn't have any seizure, though, right?
I don't think so.
Oh, good. Good.
December 7th, This is when the movie was first actually released over in Japan. Flashing lights of a popular TV cartoon became a serious matter Tuesday evening when they triggered seizures in hundreds of Japanese children. A survey, the Tokyo Fire Department found that at least 618 children, convulsions, irritated eyes, and other symptoms after watching Pokemon. Network, NHK reported that 111 people were still hospitalized in the morning. And now spokesman Hiroshi Uramoto said that a later broadcast of the show scheduled nationwide had been canceled and was well underway. We are shocked to hear many children were taken to hospitals, Uramoto said, and consulted. You know what they found? Those children had a history of epilepsy.
See, they were prone to it.
The thing was, actually, real quick, one of the reports showed that at least 2 of the people who had the seizures were prone to seizures normally.
Right. Basic elements of all.
The report he was showing was only the ones at a certain hospital. And the older people who had the seizures, at least out of them, there was at least 5 that were prone to seizures and watching it with their grandkids.
Mm-hmm.
The grandkids did not have a seizure.
Yeah. So I mean, there was already people who were prone to it. They had certain, prone to seizures that basically the flashing colors induced the seizure for whatever. I mean, I'm not a neuroscientist. I don't know anything about it, but that's what was behind it. It wasn't anything else.
No, it was.
I understand. What I understand about the human brain is that when you're younger and when you're older, your brain is more susceptible to the strobe effect. Because, in most people it causes nausea. But with people who are moderately aged, like higher teens and up until I think it's like 50, it doesn't really affect the person that much. That's why you see a lot of college kids going to the club and everything where there's always flashy lights all over the place. And nothing happens to them except for drinking too much.
Yeah.
Right.
See, they should have drilled a hole in their heads to let the demons escape.
That could
blow some smoke up their ass.
Wait, isn't that what he's doing right now?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's trying to blow smoke up your ass. Yeah.
God, at least get my goddamn consent first. Shit.
Hey, some people might like it. They'll go back and do it again.
Buy me dinner first, goddammit.
Exactly.
Screw that. Buy me a couple of drinks.
Now we know your kinks. That is disturbing.
All right, now this rule book is really thick. I never seen this rule book.
That's not a rule book. That is a trading card manual. It has part of the rule book in it, but it also has all the cards there, and the pricing of said cards and how rare they are.
Oh, wow.
That is a pricing guide.
Yeah, because it says it's a single rules.
Yeah. Well, if you also look and you see the Charizard card down on the corner,
yeah,
all those lists, the list next to it are all the different types of Charizard cards you can find at that time. I had one of them.
I didn't. I just grabbed them just because it was Pokemon. Crack.
Yeah, I also sold my cards when I needed extra cash, so it was easier to sell than drugs, so.
Pokemon dealer.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Hey, man. Hey, you want some Pikachu, man? Come on.
You want some
I got
Pikachu?
some for you, man.
I got a great Bulbasaur.
Come on,
Shiny
man.
as well.
Let me hook you up, man.
Oh. Okay, let's see what he has to say.
Parents, grandparents, concerned aunt and uncles, friends, put that in there by coincidence. They just built this game, put these on there, and said, hey, let's just put those symbols on there. They look cool. Kids won't know what they are, but they'll like them because they look cool. Or did they put them on there because each one of those symbols is? And they wanted decency in those symbols so much that when they see them in other things.
Okay, another thing I don't understand is how can you not know the difference between Western and Eastern culture? Symbolisms we have here in the Western culture don't mean the same things as in the Eastern culture.
Because he's not smart like us and do studying.
Yeah, but it also, I mean, what is the point? I mean, we kind of already talked about this before with other symbols that he supposedly sees, but they also, I mean, symbols by themselves don't mean anything unless you have context next to them. Everything has to have context in order for it to mean something. And even so, it doesn't mean anything. I mean, it doesn't have any power in of itself, the symbol. We use symbols so that they represent something to us. You know, like if we create a sigil or we see a pentagram or the sign of fire or whatever, we know exactly what that means. A random person on the street looking at it is just going to say, oh, well, that's just like a weird scribbly image. It doesn't make any sense to them. It only makes sense to the person who understands it in that context. It's the same thing like if you look at like Chinese characters or Japanese characters. You look at them, you're like, what the fuck does that mean? You know, if you're not familiar with it, yeah, you don't know what it means. But if you actually understand the language or you are able to read the characters, then you can put them together and say, oh, that means such and such, you know?
Right. Well, yeah, he's going to get really into this with the energy symbols for the Pokemon cards. And he's going to mention the band again, just for a warning.
What band?
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh.
Yeah. Let's go on with his madness because this guy irritates me.
There is a devised plan going on for the battle of our children's minds. Right now, for the children, want some really bad. Who better to serve the Antichrist than the youth? To catch them while they're young. Remember the Pokemon motto? Gotta catch them all. Who do you think feels that way?
Oh, I got it now. Now I understand.
Gotta induct satanic doctrine. Gotta
as soon as
put
it
these
pauses.
symbols in their spirits.
Okay, hold on.
All right.
Okay, there we go.
Holding. Oh, okay. So I was just so what it is Satan is playing Pokemon with people's souls. Don't you see?
He
That's
sucks
what
at it apparently.
Yes. It's a giant Pokemon game. And Satan is running around catching the souls of the various characters. He's playing Pokemon.
He must have a really horrible deal right now then.
Him and Jesus are in this big Pokemon competition. It's what's been going on for thousands of years.
I really feel like I am losing brain cells watching this. And guys, I didn't have many to start with, okay? I'm in danger. I am in danger.
When you start drooling, let us know.
just look away, cover your ears.
Fun fact about me: when I sleep, I actually drool like a mastiff.
Do you snore too?
I don't think so.
Oh.
Yeah, I think I just drool like a giant mastiff.
You just wake up in a big pool of drool.
Wakes up droning.
Yeah, really. That wouldn't be good.
Just extra lubricant.
Oh dear
What are
God.
you doing in your sleep? That
Oh,
you
you
need
know,
that
this and
extra
that.
lubricant.
Dreams. And then Zebora
This,
just said,
that,
"I need a Slurpee."
Oh,
Well, you
hi,
know,
Zipporah.
me and Satan with these Pokemon, see.
Gotta
Bringing
catch 'em
a
all.
Pikachu, bringing a Pikachu for a little fetish.
Oh, peek at me.
Oh, that was awesome.
There is a
All right.
special place in hell for me, and we know this already.
Yeah, really. That's it, Loki. You have to go on a timeout.
Aww. Wait a minute. I'm like the second oldest here.
So
Nah.
Yes.
Well, I'm the youngest, so that
Oh.
means I get to make the rules.
no,
Yeah.
that's not how it works.
Wait, when did that start happening?
Shh. No,
Do you
don't.
mean I've been doing it wrong my entire life?
Don't let Matt know this. Don't let him know this.
Shit, if I would have known that, my childhood would have been a lot better.
Mm-hmm. Would have been a lot
Have
more
we
fun.
really only watched 1 minute and 23 seconds of this video?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, this is how it works.
Oh,
A 10-minute episode turns into an hour of us bitching about it.
We used to do 3 videos, and then we cut it back down to 2 because we realized that we would watch 20 minutes of video, and then we would comment for 2.5 hours on it. So we said, you know what? We're gonna have to cut this back to 2 videos, not 3.
Well, you got to give us credit too. The videos we were watching before were shorter videos.
Yeah.
But it's still Mullet Man, so I mean, it's equally as
Yeah.
painful.
Yeah.
We've had almost a month and a half with Mullet Man now,
Yes.
Oh, bless your heart.
I know.
and we've been doing it, and we're
Our
still
lives will
somewhat
never be
sane.
the same. Relatively sane.
Yes, very relatively. Friend of mine actually came over the other night. Actually, a friend of my girlfriend's. She brought some booze, and I was like, "Yes, thank you. I need it. Too much feminist bullshit." So, Ambrosia, if you develop a drinking problem after this, no one's judging you.
Well, I actually pre-gamed before I came on here because I knew how painful this was already going to be.
she got herself lubed up before this.
Yeah, with the Mastiff drool. I keep that in a vial next to my witch's salt, you know.
There you go. It's good to go into this pre-lubed.
Taking pre-game to a whole other level. Hashtag woke.
These monsters
Yeah, really.
gotta mess up
Oops.
their dream.
I just double-clicked it. Hold on.
Did you fuck up?
My mouse.
God damn it.
I fucked it up.
You're fired.
Yes.
You're
That's
grounded.
Don't burn me at the stake now. Picked
Fire.
off.
And you do realize that he has not said anything about any satanic thing in someone's home yet.
No, he hasn't. He's just saying that, oh, if you have this piece of jewelry, it's satanic. Oh, if you have Pokemon stuff, it's satanic. This, it's satanic. No evidences, no studies, no research.
Well, what they consider research.
What they consider research would give them an F in college.
But it's not in the Bible.
Don't say that in academia. No, you know what? Say it in academia. Say it in academia. I dare you. I hope they throw the chalk at your face.
But
Oh.
the blood.
I hope I hope that if they say something that stupid in academia, the professor is a fucking ninja. It's on a regular basis.
Huh?
So they can throw the chalk at their face.
Oh, okay. I got it. I got it now.
Okay.
That chalk aim.
Up the family. Talking to this game, they spend
Pretty
more
much.
time on this Pokemon. And you know what? It's amazing that your child can tell you every Pokemon in existence, even tell you where they get their power, what they do, and how they do it, but they can't tell you what you told them 5 minutes ago.
Because
They
kids
also
don't
can't
like
tell
listening
you
to their
probably what they learned in
parents.
school that day.
Didn't he already
They
use
can't
this
quote you
argument?
Scripture.
Didn't he already say that?
Right now, because you know,
When he
Sorry,
first
sorry.
started the Pokemon, yeah, he did. He did mention it before. He was like, they don't listen to you when they're playing Pokemon.
Yeah, he already said that before. He's repeating himself.
Well, that's our job. That's our jobs as debunkers.
I
Just to
actually
point
like
this
this frame that you froze him on. He's like his mullet is extra mullety. He's got a little twist to his head. He's like looks like he should be at a Leonard Skinner concert.
Are you saying we should make another meme?
He's already a meme, but
I'm still working on his
Yes.
foot-long one though.
really, in his
I'm
dreams.
still working on a few of those.
For those of you out there who don't know who Leonard Skinner is,
Right?
I just realized.
I grew up with
Google it.
that, so
Is there anybody? Okay, so I think it's CC
People
Levels
are like in the
our
chat, like,
youngest viewers.
who the fuck is Leonard Skinner?
I think CC might actually know who Leonard Skinner is. She's usually good on top of the music. She's usually good on that.
Okay, Moat knows who Skinner is.
oh yeah,
he's
Mode's 40.
40.
Oh.
Play some Freebird, yes.
It's not just a song on Guitar Hero.
Right?
No Freebird.
All right.
we've been given an awesome task by God. We have nothing to say about it. You know what? God tells us that we're the priest of our homes. We're the ones who say, we are going to follow God. I don't care what anyone else does, but as we're going to serve the Lord. We are the ones who are supposed to say, this stuff is going to be allowed, and this stuff is out. Ladies, women of God, you've got an awesome task ahead too, because the word of God's children in the ways of the Lord. Not in Pokemon, not in the ways of worship.
Pokemon.
Are we doing that? Really giving in.
Such scorn.
This is from one of the comic books. Look at this. On surprise. Right? Look at this. This creature right here is called Haunter. 3 kids in 3 different cities
That's this one
who
right
actually
here.
came up and told
Which
me
one?
that they were
The one in the back, right?
This one right
Yeah.
here.
The one in the back is Haunter. The one closest is
that
Gengar.
makes
And the
sense.
flying ball is Ghastly.
Right up here,
Okay.
there's a creature that's not quite so cute now. This over here is not quite so cute. He's
Sorry.
trying his eyes out.
So is it the one that's
All right, hold on.
Psychic surprise.
Okay.
And you know, going
Come
back
on.
to those energy
Come on.
balls, I believe
Pause.
that those energy balls represent that the Pokemon
God
get
damn
their
it,
power,
piece of shit.
occult ability. The
Pause.
material speak for itself.
There we go.
They give themselves away.
God.
That's
And
okay.
what made it evident was 2 cards. One
No,
was
it's
called
not.
Abra.
Let's get
All right.
back to.
So it was the one that was in the it was the one that was in the background on our right side?
Yes.
Okay.
The one that looked like it had the hands that weren't connected to the body.
Okay. And so he said it was the name. What was the name of that character?
That one's
Haunter.
Haunter.
Haunter, like haunting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And what was its special power?
It
The
licks you and
ghost
paralyzes
psychic.
you.
It
Licks you and plays pranks.
It licks you. Okay. So what's so bad about that?
Yeah, there you go.
Do you
Okay,
want the
so-
children of America to be licked?
Yeah, I mean, why are they
Trigger.
running around with characters that are licking each other? I mean, that's
That is so satanic and dark-sided. I can't even.
Likes to roll its eyes around. The center. He likes to make
So-
funny faces.
so. What happens? Okay, so when
And-
people get licked by him, what happens to them?
They just get paralyzed.
Yeah, they get grossed out and become paralyzed.
Do they have like little convulsions before they get paralyzed?
No.
Yeah. Sometimes they do.
Actually, yeah. I think Misty was the one that had the worst case where she just screamed because of it.
Mm.
She just doesn't like being licked, that and bugs, but
So they get licked. They get paralyzed a little bit. They scream a little bit. Okay.
like a bad porno.
I'm sorry. I just had the worst image.
You're welcome.
Oh shit! I gotta go.
I wouldn't say it was a worst image ever. I just have a different image than maybe he wanted us to have. That's all.
Damn it, Lilo.
I blame it on Lady Ambrosia.
Yes.
It's all her fault.
Yes.
What?
I'm blaming it on you.
Why?
Why
She's a
not?
new person.
Okay.
Okay. She's all right. Okay.
All right, whatever.
I'll take
Sounds
it.
fair.
Sounds like a valid argument.
There you go. Exactly. Because reasons. Yeah. Okay. All right.
That's the whole point, Loveless. It's the whole point. Get with the program.
I know it does. It does. I know exactly. It does sound sexual. That's what we're all kind of laughing about.
We're grade schoolers right now.
These conversations always turn sexual, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah.
hard to talk about screaming, licking, and convulsing without thinking of sex. I don't. Maybe that's just me.
And it doesn't help that there's 2 guys here. Especially
Let's
these
talk
2.
about sex.
Oh god damn it. I just got that song stuck in my head.
You're welcome.
Oh.
I'm going to have to listen to something creepy to get my mind off that later.
So
Is
what
it
was he
creeping
saying?
you out already?
So what was he saying about psychic surprise? I don't get that.
Oh, Lilokin, you'll find out later.
Psychic.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
And the name of this Pokemon, Haunter.
Right.
That's
Okay.
that's his whole argument.
All right. I guess we'll carry on.
And going back, I believe that those energy balls represent that the Pokemon power by supernatural occult ability.
Oh.
They give themselves away. And what made that even more evident, one was called Abra, is called Cadabra.
And then his final
Cadabra.
form is Alakazam. Yeah.
It's an actual name. So this, Webster's Dictionary defines it as a word supposed to have magic powers and hence used in incantations, on amulets, etc. A magic spell or formula.
Yeah, that's where it
Okay.
originates.
Out there, who has actually used Abracadabra, Alakazam? in the
Abracadabra.
rituals?
I have used it only when I was singing a song by Bewitched called Abracadabra. I'm going to reach out and grab you.
I have never used that.
It was a song in a song, and I was singing it, and my mom looked at me. She's like, "What the hell?" I'm like, "What?" But I've only ever heard it in songs or TV series. So
Yeah.
Mo just pulled a killing curse on us.
No, you have to you write it like in a triangle, but it starts out as A and then it goes to AB and then ABA and then ABAC.
Oh yeah.
And it's supposed to be either you can use it to decrease something or you can use it to increase something. So like, let's say you wanted to, you have something that you want to decrease out of your mind. Like, I don't know, like let's say you're trying to give up smoking, for example. So you could use that incantation, abracadabra. You could start it out as abracadabra, then you can go down to abracadabra, or abracadab, and then you can go down to abracadab, and you just kind of you keep dropping off a vowel until you get all the way down to A, and you could repeat that, and it's just like a way of, it's supposed to take the energy away and like lower it down, or you can use it to increase something. And I forget exactly what it means. It actually means something in Arabic, I think. And I can't remember. I'd have to look it up. I guess I could do that. But anyhow, it'll take me a little while, so go ahead. I have to go into my library of tomes.
The Abra card, it says, using its ability to read minds, pending danger, and safety. The Cadabra character has a pin on his forehead, has SSS across his chest.
Uh-oh.
SSS.
No, in my
particular
Christmas special, I
we
did
didn't
debunk
have
that.
it, but I ran into other groups that did. They had tattoos on the inside of their wrist, breasts, or on the inside of their thigh, and it was that same SSS. You know what it stands for? Satan's solemn servant.
oh god.
Also, the Cadabra character always with his.
So 2 S's means Satan soldier, or satanic soldier, or whatever the fuck you said before. But 3 S's is Satan's solemn servant. 10 times fast.
It's that tongue twister.
Oh my gosh, Slylokin is really flipping through his tomes.
Yes, I am.
Oh,
I have to ask,
again,
do you think that's
fingered Pokemon. 3 fingers is always a satanic salute. Apparently. Yes, Bo, you are right.
on there by coincidence? Do you think they just made this game and said, hey, let's just throw that in there because it looks good?
Yeah, that's pretty
Because
much what they
it
did.
makes it look a little more. Or did they put exactly what it, our children to get desensitized to it?
Nope.
They want our children to be able to look at that and actually at one day identifying with their favorite Pokemon, reach up
Pokemon.
and go, hail Pokemon!
No, oh god.
Our kids are carrying around these cards like
Hold on. I wanted to say something.
I grew up with Pokemon. I don't run around yelling, "Hell, Pokemon!" Yeah, somebody needs to beat this guy with a frying pan. But I'm just like listening to it, and I'm just sitting here going, I know I've heard this before, but at the same time, the whole idea that kids are going to be stupid enough to run around yelling, "Hail Pokemon!" He's making the kids seem like they're brainless, mindless drones that only exist because they watch TV.
All right, so here I have it looked. So apparently it comes from Persica, but yeah, you're supposed to chant this like you would start out with the whole word abracadabra, work your way all the way back. And one example they give is that it would little by little decline and pass away. So if somebody had a fever, you would chant that over them and their fever would be reduced. And I don't know exactly what it means, but Crowley said that it was the word of the Aeon. So I don't know exactly what it means. So they don't really say. I'm sure it probably means something, but it's been lost.
Just like most of everything else.
Yeah, it's been burned up in the Library of Alexandria.
Sad history we humans have.
Mm. All right, sorry. Continue on.
Symbols. And they are taught to believe that they can call on the powers of these time they want to. Do you believe that our kids believe they have power?
I believe they should feel like they have power.
Talk. They don't believe that it has power. We're seeing time after time beating each other up on school grounds, even stab cards. Look at this.
Hold on.
School over Pokemon cards. This was in Montreal. Year-old student that tried to help his younger brother after his younger brother had his Pokemon card deck stolen from him. This young men to get the cards back, and one of the boys pulled out a 4-inch knife and stabbed him with it. Look at this.
Crazy, fucked up people out there. Yes.
Yeah.
And kids can be crazy and fucked up just as much as adults can, damn it.
Yeah. And unfortunately, people like that will pretty much still stab anybody over anything. I mean, it's sad, but that's just the truth.
And when you're a kid and you have your favorite card or a deck of cards taken from you, that's a hard hit for a kid, you know?
And then
and a hard hit for the parents because that was their money.
But the kid that was stabbed was the older brother who was trying to get it back for the younger brother. So It was the thief who stabbed him. If somebody's going to go through the trouble of stealing something, you will have this in the back of your mind. You should remember then they won't have a problem fighting to keep what they stole, because in their mind they believe, some people do believe, that they deserve what they took.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
It is, but it's how some people think about stuff, and it's kind of sad.
Yeah. I mean, there was like in the late, well, maybe early 90s, late 80s, they were, like Air Jordans were coming out and Nikes, and it was becoming a big business. And one of the things was a lot of the inner city kids wanted those tennis shoes because it was a status symbol. And so people were actually getting like mugged for their shoes, and they were getting killed over their shoes because that was the big status symbol at that time. And you would hear stories about like kids being beaten up and their shoes taken from them. And I mean, it's sad, but it's just the kids that don't have it and they want it, and then they take it from other kids. It's a shame, but it does happen.
I remember when the whole shoe thing was going down back in the 90s. I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I always wore those those Converse Airs, or not the Converse, something. They were generic pieces of crap made in China.
Yeah, Converse. But now Converse is a big company. Now people like Converse has their own stores. At least they have their own store here in San Francisco. But yeah, back in the day, Converse were like the cheap tennis shoes.
Everybody wanted like Nikes and Reeboks and shit.
Air Jordans.
Yep. It was a big status thing. Yeah, we call them bubble gums. The Converse, because it had that big yellow, or not yellow, but it had that big white bottom by the toes.
Star.
Yeah. No. There was like a white part that covered over the toes, and they called them bubble gums. Yeah, it was like half a dome. Yeah.
Those things actually lasted, though. I was surprised on how like cheaply built they were made, but they lasted.
Yep.
Lasted. Is that even a word?
Sure, it's a word now. Lasted.
Fuck it.
I think, I don't know. I understood what you said.
As long as we all understand each other.
Hell, half the shit that comes out of your mouth, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about anyway, so.
Damn kids.
I just nod and smile. Go, yep. Mm-hmm.
What's fleek?
What?
Oh, lords.
No fleeking.
I don't know either. Just no fleeking. No fleeking allowed.
Boy attacks teacher over Pokemon. Here in Lakeland, Florida, there was a young boy who had a deck of Pokemon cards, and he was passing them around the class, and the woman teacher noticed that they were paying more attention to Pokemon. So she waited for the deck to get back to this young man. She walked over and grabbed that deck out of his hand. Her dead.
I hate to say
called
it.
in on the principal's carpet in the office. And they called for the parents.
Give
The
it a
parents
minute.
came to pick him
Wait,
up.
Yeah.
You know what he told his father?
The thing is if you're a kid and you just got your cards back, you probably going to check them to make sure nobody took any of them.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, if someone just walks up and rips them out of your hand, you're going to instinctively hit. I mean, someone walked up to me, just like pulled, say, my phone or whatever I had in my hand out. I hate to say it, my first reaction is going to be, what the fuck, to that person. And she could have told him, hand me the cards. But the thing is the kid acted instead of thought. It's a fight or flight syndrome. And it's how some kids do.
Yeah. Can you back up to that story, Mad, or is that too much trouble?
Nah. No, that ain't. That. Is that the? There it is.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to try. 7th grader reader was charged with a felony. He may be expelled from school after he attacked a teacher who confiscated the boy's Pokemon trading cards. The Polk County School Board on Tuesday will consider whether to expel Gabriel Cruz Sosa for the remainder of the school year. So it doesn't really say what happened. It said that they were confiscated. So yeah, I could agree with that, Loki. But it also could be that the teacher just confiscated the cards. Either way, I mean, it's,
The kid still deserves to be punished. I don't blame him on. I don't blame them on that end. I mean, if you're gonna haul out and hit a teacher, let's just say you're not gonna haul out and maybe hit another student,
right?
Just over a small little thing.
Yeah, but remember, there was, I think, the last episode or a couple of episodes ago, when there was a teacher who actually used the Pokemon cards to educate the class about math. Remember that?
He was a demon, apparently.
Yep.
Yeah, and then he was, I don't know who I forget exactly what happened with that. I just remember that part of it. But I mean, so here's an example where this teacher could have used these cards to help to promote math in her class, you know, and whoever condemned this teacher for using Pokemon to teach math in class. I mean, that's the thing that is frustrating. I know teachers have a hard time getting through to kids, and it's like if something that the kids latch onto that the teacher can use to their advantage to try and get kids interested in something, I think they should be allowed to do it.
Yeah,
Instead,
I mean, as a kid
My
that
sixth
had,
grade-
sorry, you can go mad.
Great
Go
teacher
mad.
to get us to read more, because a lot of us kids, we didn't like reading in sixth grade. To get us to read more, Harry Potter just came out. Right, the first Harry Potter book just came out. The class into the houses of Hogwarts.
Okay, that's awesome.
And made it like group efforts. Like we all, we read the book as a class, but then we each had projects as the that we had to complete, and it made a lot more fun. It made the class a lot more fun for us back in sixth grade.
Do you remember what house you were in? I took the Pottermore quiz and I got Slytherin.
I've taken it like 3 times and I keep getting Ravenclaw.
As long as it's not Hufflepuff, we're all good.
Okay, Hufflepuff.
I think more people should be like Hufflepuff though, because they're all about kindness.
Yeah, they're relaxed. They're the best friends you can ever have. And if you're a Slytherin, 9 times out of 10, your best friend is a squishy Hufflepuff, and you'll beat other kids up for upsetting them. But Hufflepuffs are also about honor. They also have bravery, but they're also a mix of all the houses in one. They're kind of a mix of it.
I think we could all aspire to be more like a Hufflepuff. I think they're very underrated.
Yes.
Yeah, Hufflepuffs aren't bad, but I will stick with being a Ravenclaw because I like the whole sitting there and studying things over most other things.
So I'm not familiar with the Harry Potter books. Is like each house is characterized with something, or?
Yeah, each house has like your generic.
Slytherin is ambition and cunning. Ravenclaw is like intelligence, basically. Gryffindor is bravery and courage, and then Hufflepuff is like kind of like just being a good person and being kind.
With friendship.
Kindness and friendship, yeah. Typical, hero, anti-hero, villain type.
Okay, not all Slytherins are villains, though.
No, there were some that were heroes.
It's not stereotype.
Yeah, that's why I said anti-hero.
Yeah, I mean, even in the later things, one of Harry's sons ends up being, James, ends up being a Slytherin. But the thing is every class and every house has its good and bad people, just like reality. And the funny thing about it is one of the villains is actually wasn't a Hufflepuff, it was a Gryffindor. And he ended up betraying his friends and becoming a coward.
So David says that I would be in part of Gryffindor.
Yeah, you do have that nobility about you.
And Mad Witch would be in Slytherin. And Loki's witch would be in Ravenclaw. So who would Ambrosia be in?
I think she'd
He
probably.
says that you're in Gryffindor, like Loken.
I'm pretty sure Ambrosia would probably stay with Slytherin because you and Mad can pick on everyone.
I already do that. Do you not watch my channel?
Oh, he says he doesn't know what Ambrosia would. I don't know Ambrosia like that.
Well, she's smart. She's pretty. She's putting up with our shit. So
yes, exactly.
She's Hufflepuff.
She's made Hufflepuff. It this far. She's
She
made
hasn't
it.
abandoned us.
No, I'm not going to abandon you guys.
You
And she
totally
hasn't
are.
run away. So far, so good.
I will tell you though, this mullet man is like really killing the few brain cells I have.
Yes, Mullet Man has.
In
that
our line of
effect.
work, it'll happen.
I gotta be the Hufflepuff. Damn.
Oh, come on. That
Oh,
means we have to protect you. That means we got to beat up people for you.
yep.
I can beat up people myself, honey.
But we can help.
All right.
All right, let's see if I can find where I left off before, because I don't want to hear that again.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh no, that's fine. All right.
What did I do? Did I disconnect? Oh no, there we go.
You're still here, Logan.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Struck her
I don't know where I
dead
am.
in the face with his fists. And he, of course, he got called in on the principal's carpet and he called for the parents. The parents came to pick him up. You know what he told his father? Feel my power.
You don't control me.
Our kids are taught
No.
to believe. Actually,
He said when his dad asked him why he punched his teacher in the face, the kid said she was trying to steal my powers.
Oh.
Sure, the kid said she was trying to take my Pokemon. I would bet money on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're probably right.
Just
Much ugh.
Much
have supernatural ability, and that they can call on them anytime they want to because their material states that. In this book, it tells your child the power at your fingertips, and that's what they're doing. It is a war to attack our children's minds. They're
I knew
very
it.
character into our homes, family life.
I knew it.
In one way, shape, or form. Stuff is nothing more than
Pokemon is not going to
unadulterated
destroy our lives.
put in a child's form to attack the child and the parents,
pause.
the entire family that this thing is associated with. It's exactly what it's designed.
Thank you. Not going to ruin our lives. Pokemon has actually enriched our life and has brought a whole entire new culture to the world.
And it started more people looking into animes and Japan and stuff like that. It opened a whole variety for people who didn't know what anime was to discover what it was, and getting more different cartoons, that cultural differences, and kids wanting to learn Japanese. It opened.
We call them weeaboos.
Shh. Some of the kids I know that learn Japanese are doing it for school, but it opened up the door for so many different things, and it opened up the imagination of a lot of people.
But remember, imagination is bad.
Good point.
God didn't create us to have imagination, apparently.
And apparently we have to all bow down to either TVs or the Bible. I don't know. He's so confusing.
Yeah,
They even for TV.
Yeah, but even TV is kind of on the edge. I mean, look at all the television programs they have.
Yeah, television has lost a lot of value lately.
It has. That's why I just watch Netflix or
Hulu,
Crunchyroll.
YouTube.
Yep. Yeah, they should be locked in their room with the chastity belt on, because you don't want them doing anything while they're in there by themselves, and having their nose in a Bible. And that's what they should be doing.
Well, Logan, I said it before, but I'm still totally down to eat the Christians.
They're babies. They're babies and they know a better life, and they taste good with barbecue sauce.
I think there are a lot of Christians out there who could use a good eating.
With that Mastiff drool, though?
Hey,
What's Mastiff
well,
drool?
yes, of course. You got to have that Mastiff drool. As a dead silence falls.
I'm trying not to laugh too much.
Oh, okay, all right.
I
Well,
am
the thing
officially
is,
dead.
I mean, these things are called pocket monsters. I mean, it's just. I don't know. This guy's
Which is just
it's
one word away from being something else. Since we're going along this line.
Pocket Monsters is pretty damn close.
Well, I know I had Digimon, which was digital monsters. So the word mon is monster. So
computers are evil now too.
Yes,
oh, everything
of course.
is evil. Are you kidding me?
Well, especially computers because they give people knowledge.
The internet was made for porn.
True.
There are more porn websites than there are Christian websites. Think about that.
I think there's more porn sites than anything.
I'm pretty sure there are.
Right? I'm pretty sure that there's got to be more porn sites for everything than anything.
I think so too. Porn sites and then conspiracy theory sites.
No, I don't. Well, conspiracy theory sites.
Hey guys, I'll be right back. My dog is crying. I think she fell into the bathtub.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Go.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's all right. Yeah, don't worry about it. Poor dog.
Poor puppy. All right, now let's just talk mad shit about her.
Mad shit. Can you believe the
Okay,
attitude
I'm back.
on
She
her,
did.
though? I mean, she's
did.
got a serious attitude.
Huh?
We are never, ever having her on our show again. She
What?
is just, hey, Lady Ambrosia.
Man, my pug is like super special needs, and she likes to climb into the bathtub, and then her dumbass can't figure out how to get out
Oh,
because she's little and
okay?
fat. She's fine. Yeah, I had the headphones on, and I was listening to you guys, and I thought I heard something, and I took my headphones off, and I just heard this like snort cry, and I was like, oh god damn it again. She
So
fell into the bathtub.
How does she fall into the bathtub?
Well, I mean, she crawls in there and then she can't get herself out because she's stupid.
Yeah, you might want to put a little helmet on her.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, even the vet has confirmed that she's like special needs.
Oh.
Like it's
I would
legit.
cuddle the poor puppy, like, you're my everything puppy, and run off with it. But I'm like that with all animals, okay?
Well, she doesn't make it any better for herself because when I put her in her crate, like at night and stuff, she like slams her head repeatedly up against the metal crate that she's in.
Ow.
Well, because she wants to sleep with mommy.
She needs some boundaries, honey.
I think you might want to start with a little helmet on her and then work on the boundaries. Just keep that little. And pugs are just so ugly.
Cute.
They are.
Ugly.
Yes, they are ugly. They're so ugly, they're cute.
Yeah, I agree with you. They're ugly cute. I really want a Chinese crested.
Oh, what?
The Chinese crested, the hairless dogs.
Oh, okay. We got to look that up, Mad.
They're so cute. I want one so bad.
Can we do? Oh, well, maybe we should do. We only got like 1 minute of this. Maybe we should.
Yeah, let's get through this fucking mullet man.
Yeah. All right.
You're making good
My
time
bad.
too.
But we got to look up that hairless dog after this.
They're adorable. Honestly, if I was a dog, I would want to be a hairless.
Pokemon is
Yes.
a step and better things.
I could say so many things right now.
Sometime it win
Yeah, we know exactly what you're thinking, Matt.
It spits out poison powder to immobilize the enemy, and then finish of acid. And these cards cost anywhere from $7 to $9 per single pack. Port
That was back in the day.
No, it was like
Not
$5
like
a
$5
pack.
a pack.
Oh, really?
No,
Yeah.
back then.
Oh, back then. Okay.
That's the purpose. Magic that's behind the whole game of Pokemon.
And they were like up to $10.
Hmm.
But nowadays, you know, you're $5 for, I think they're like 15 cards, 10 or 15 cards now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they did go down in price for like packs,
Mm-hmm.
but the actual card itself, I mean, I got an $80 card in my deck right now.
Wow. So
Yeah,
like, so it's kind of like certain cards are more valuable than others. Is that how it goes?
Yes,
Okay.
depending on how rare they are, how many they've printed, the type of artwork that's on there. You know, it all depends on what's going on with the card.
Mm-hmm.
That makes it more expensive.
Okay.
This card is gold,
Wow.
so the whole face of it's like gold, and it blinds you when you look at it the wrong way.
Exciting.
I'm a nerd. I love it.
It's okay. We still love you.
I like nerds.
We're all
by
pretty
looking at it in that realm and looking at it the way that we've looked at it, as being children. I don't see it as being something that's going to help our family grow. And I sure don't see it as something that's going to help establish in the ways of, this is totally the opposite.
How did I know he was gonna fucking say that?
Whole goal in all of these role-playing games, and especially in Pokemon Master.
Don't clap for him.
I know. Why are they clapping?
Because they're trained seals.
Because I think they're getting paid for it.
All right, let's pause that.
Oh.
Did we
So was
really
that-
make it through?
We did.
Yes.
Did we watch
was
both of those videos?
We did.
Wow. And we
Thank
lived
God.
to tell about it.
We survived Mullet Man.
Yep. Now I'm gonna excuse myself. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Yep.
Okie doke.
This dog.
What is this dog named again?
It's a Chinese crested.
How do you spell that? Crested.
Crested. They're so cute. I like the Chinese crested powder puffs. They're the ones who only have hair on their head and on their feet and on their tail.
Oh my god.
Right here.
Yes,
Mhm.
those are powder puff. Those are, like, if you look at the top, the very first photo is a Chinese crested powder puff.
I've seen these dogs, and unfortunately, what people consider the ugliest dog in the world, which I think is kind of uniquely adorable, is one of them.
Yes.
But I still think the dog is adorable because I base them off their personalities, not their looks. Because, damn, I've had some ugly dogs.
No, the only thing about Chinese cresteds that's of concern is that because they don't have like a full coat, they get sunburnt really easily and they like get really cold really easily. So that's just another excuse to give them like super cute sweaters.
That is. And they can actually fit in onesies.
How about this one? It has
Love
pink
it.
fur.
Love it.
That's adorable.
So if y'all want to get me a Yule gift, just ship me a Chinese crested.
keep barking up that tree.
Oh,
Get it?
punny.
Mad, no dad jokes.
I'm the king of dad jokes. What are you talking about? I want to get myself something to drink. I want to leave this up so Logan can see it.
Oh.
What the hell is that thing?
That's what you're getting me for Yule, Logan. Priority mail is fine. It's totally fine.
Is that what you were talking about?
Yeah, those are Chinese crusteds.
Wow. I bet you those are expensive.
I mean, define expensive.
They're more than a couple of $100.
Yeah, more like $2,000.
Wow, $2,000. Shh. Look at
Damn,
this
can't drink
thing.
my tea while I was brewing it.
It looks like an 80s pop star.
They're so cute.
They are adorable.
Yeah, they're cute. They're adorable. But
You can put them in like sweaters and onesies and dresses. I mean, you can have so much fun with them.
you just had
Look,
to go
okay,
there,
if
didn't
you can't get me the Chinese crescent, I'll settle for a sphinx.
Yeah,
A spin-
the bald cat.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, those bald cats are creepy looking.
They're
I mean,
adorable.
we've been thinking about getting a core husky, which is pretty much a husky mixed with a corgi, and they're just like this big ball of legs.
A corgi mixed with a husky?
Yeah,
Aren't
it's like
corgis
a
like
mini-
small? Aren't
yeah.
they like
So it's
half a dog high, 2 dogs long?
yeah, and we want a mixed breed of that with a husky.
I love huskies. I think they're so cute.
My mom has a solid white one named Shyla, and she used to be an outdoor dog. Now she thinks she's one of the 2 smaller dogs that my parents have, and that she can fit on the couch.
I have
Here's my
a
dog.
brindle pug named Yen, and I have a Pikachu named Manana.
Aww.
Aw.
So cute.
What's a Pikachu?
A Pikachu is a Pekingese Chihuahua mix, so she's basically your standard Chihuahua, just with extra long hair.
Oh, okay. I think I've
Pikachu.
seen those before. Chihuahuas are cute, but they always seem to have like a little, at least the ones that I've met have like a little attitude.
Oh yeah, like literally, she is
Mhm.
so vicious.
Yeah. She's like, bite your ankles off.
Yeah.
I know my mom and dad have these 2 dogs. They're kind of like I think they're a mix between a mini pin and a Chihuahua, but more mild-tempered. Their names are Mufasa and Simba.
Hmm.
They're brothers, and one really hates the rain, so they're happy they live in California.
Where
To have a
Oh, they
dog
live
named
they live in
Simba.
California. Yeah.
They live in Hemet. None of my family lives up here with me.
Hmm. And so the rest of your family pretty much lives in California?
My mom and dad live in California, along with my little sister, my older sister. Stepbrother, or actually little brother, lives in Arizona. My other brother lives in I think he lives in Wyoming or he lives in one of the Wisconsin. I don't know, but I know he works in a casino as one of the head chefs. Little bastard. But then most of my mom's other family lives in between Colorado and Kentucky, Indiana. So
I live in Indiana.
Most of my family's Southern.
What's it like in Indiana? Is there like a big pagan scene there? Or are you kind of like treated like a freak, or how is it there?
Well, Indiana overall sucks balls.
Hmm.
So all we pretty much have here is the Indy 500 and corn. Yeah. But there's actually, believe it or not, there's actually a pretty decent pagan crowd out here. I was surprised.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That is good.
So,
At least.
but where we live we live in this place. It's a small town called Guyon, and like literally there's 3 Jehovah Witness churches and less than a mile from my house. So I get them all the fucking time. It's awful.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow.
I invited them in last time.
Oh.
Yes, I invited them in.
Did they
I
come
offered
in?
them some tea. They did. They came in, they sat on my couch, and in our living room I have my Sabbat altar that is in some of my videos. And there's like a star made out of twigs, like a pentacle star made out of twigs right above that. And then
I think I've seen that in one of your videos.
yeah. Yeah. And then what else? Oh, I have feng shui bells on my front door attached to a wreath. And they were just letting me know about how I was going to hell. So, and you know what? Like, I just sat and I just listened and I didn't even say anything. And they like gave me like a little pamphlet and they left. And that was it. It was just, I don't know. It was all right. I was like, you guys can come in. They were like, oh, okay. And they were two little old ladies and they were concerned.
Oh.
They were concerned.
Of course. They were
So,
concerned for your soul.
of course.
Yes, they just want what's best for you.
Yeah.
I think there was I forget if it was a cartoon or something that I saw where there was like this lady and she's like in full like bondage gear. She's got a whip and like in the background you see the guy, he's got like a ball in his mouth and he's naked. And and she's opening the door and there's Jehovah's Witnesses and they're like, we'll come back.
Not gonna lie, there was this young guy actually who used to come around and I totally thought about just like answering the door naked.
He would probably have a heart attack. That would be so funny.
You know, just to help him catch that Holy Spirit, you know.
He'll be catching the Holy Spirit later on that night, all right.
Oh.
He'll be seeing God.
He'll be saying, "Oh God," plenty of times.
Oh yeah.
You pray with my feet in the air. What? Yeah, my mom. My mom had her feet in the air, and she was saying, oh God, I'm coming."
Oh, honey.
And we've quickly degenerated.
Of course.
Well, we're just a bunch of heathens. What do you expect?
I know, really, exactly.
Oh, the freedom we enjoy.
Exactly.
I mean,
you can't do this if you're a Christian.
Right. Plus, we get way more holidays. I mean, these Jehovah's Witnesses don't even celebrate anything. Like, that's not going to convince me to join. I'm sorry. We have 8 holidays plus all the commercial holidays, and we get to celebrate our birthday.
Yep.
Fuck out of here.
Or,
yeah, I don't think Jehovah's Witnesses.
Where's our time for drinking?
They don't celebrate anything, do they?
No, they don't. They don't celebrate anything.
they believe in celebrating.
Underwear.
If you celebrate something, you're throwing it in the face of God. I work with 2 Jehovah's Witnesses.
Yeah, that just doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, they get mad around Christmas time because we kind of decorate the area for Christmas and all that. And they're both in the same area I'm in. They're both in custodial facilities. And they refuse to participate in decorating anything. They're okay with taking the food and being happy with that, but they refuse to do anything when it comes to the holiday. They'll take credit if we win something, but that's about it.
Yeah.
And it kind of annoys the rest of our staff.
It annoys me when these fucking Christians are like, don't forget the reason for the season. Oh, God, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. The reason for the season is the fucking sun. It's the solstice. Get the fuck out of here.
Exactly. Yep.
Honestly, it's like the reason for the season. Yeah, being kind and giving gifts to the people you love. Oh, yeah, and lighting a candle for Yule. And then they give me the bewildered look. Like,
it just is so funny to me. Just like historically speaking, like our gods are just so much older and like just get the fuck out of here, please. Just stop.
Well, yeah, I mean pretty much all of the Christian traditions are either
appropriated
or incorporated or somehow, or they just naturally melded together. Because I mean it's so funny when you think about Easter, for example. It's like, okay, so this is supposed to be the resurrection of Christ, and then you're hiding eggs, and somehow there's a bunny involved. It's like
you pooping eggs all over the place.
Yeah, it's like,
candy.
okay, how does that have anything to do? And it's just over time, the old pagan celebrations, meaning pre-Christian civilizations, just, they just said, okay, you want us to go to church, we'll go to church, but we're still going to have our fun. And that's probably how our traditions evolved.
So who is this Teal Swan? Because someone said I look like her.
Oh, Teal Swan's an idiot.
Oh no.
You don't look like Teal Swan. You're much better looking than Teal Swan.
Are you just saying that because you think that she's an idiot, or is she really not good looking?
No, she's attractive, but you're much more attractive than she is.
I want to know what she looks like. I'm gonna look her up.
She's on YouTube, but you can look her up, but she's into crystals and all this stuff, and she's supposedly another victim of satanic ritual abuse.
Oh.
And that is her claim to fame, is that she was abducted or in this relationship with this guy who was a Satanist.
Is this her?
Yeah, that's her. Yeah.
Yep.
I look nothing like her.
That's what I'm saying. You don't look anything like her. She's an attractive woman on her own, but trust me, you don't look like her.
Yeah, no resemblance.
I can't. Yeah, she has. Yeah,
she has a hard jawline, like.
I mean, I do too, though.
Hers is manly, like her chin is
mine
squarer
is
than
too,
mine.
though. Look up a picture of Pocahontas right now, and I swear we have the same jawline.
I'm looking at one of her screenshots. I can see the oval shape in the face looks similar, and the dark hair.
Her hair is brown.
Some of her shots make it look like her hair is a different color, like say this one. And of course, because it's my phone against my computer, it looked like shit.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
I mean, some of her shots make her look like if she has darker hair.
But what's wrong with crystals, Lilocan?
No. It's not just the crystal. All right, let me rephrase this. She is into this very type of new agey esoteric thought. There's nothing wrong with crystals per se. I was using that as an example of kind of like really new agey ways that people go or can go with it. And she is, the way that she talks about things is very airy and very kind of new agey, and she's into like positivity, and you amplify positivity and you bring everything into your life through positivity. And then she has this story about how she suffered satanic ritual abuse where somebody abducted her, and she was,
which has totally never happened, like that I know of, like anywhere, anytime.
There's people who suffer abuse. There are people who suffer assault. There are people who suffer sexual
satanic
abuse.
Ritual abuse.
But satanic ritual abuse it's the term that they use, but it conjures up the image in people's minds of like people in black robes actually doing some kind of ritual or assault for Satan. And that has never occurred. That has never happened. That's what I'm saying.
On YouTube, it looks like 2 people called her out saying, warning, Teal Swan is not a real spiritual teacher. And so, yeah, people have called her out on YouTube about it.
Well, I'm letting everyone know right now, I don't claim to be any type of spiritual teacher, so don't take my advice.
Oh, dear Lord. She even went on the news to speak against it. Yeah, she's an attention whore. I'm going to leave it at that.
She's a fluffy bunny with a victim complex.
Yeah. And also, I think that there's this, I agree with you, Ambrosia. I don't like that whole being a guru or being a teacher or spouting wisdom off to people. I think that that's a very dangerous thing to do. I think that any real decent teacher is going to help people find the power and find themselves. That's what they're going to do. And they're not going to say, oh, but I know the wisdom and I'm going to guide you and blah, 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 all this stuff. It's like, no, if anything, people find themselves. They find what they want. They find what they believe, and that's what people should encourage. They shouldn't try to teach them what they should know or believe what they have to believe just because they believe it. You know?
Yeah, no, I think it's fine to like talk about your own experiences and share your own, whatever, but like just don't tell people fucking what to do. I don't like that.
Yeah, I mean, just look at Loki's channel. Look at Zabora's channel.
Look at Lai Loken's channel. Oh my god, he's the worst.
They just give out the information. They're just like, here's the information. You do with it what you do with it.
Yeah, I mean, most of my stuff is if you're broke, this is a cheaper way to do it, or save up money, or if you're lucky, blow your taxes on it. But I mean, I don't sit there and go, well, I'm going to teach you the right and only way to do something. No, there's millions of ways to do one simple thing.
There is no right way to witch. There really isn't.
Witch the way you witch.
Exactly. But I mean, but the thing with the like teal swan, and there's another one, spirit science. What they do is they have this kind of concept that you vibrate in the world what you want the world to vibrate. And it's kind of like this idea of what's the term? Where you like attracts like the law of attraction, which indeed is a magical law, but it's not in that sense of like attracts like, meaning that it's not the only law out there. It's a way of understanding how, if you want something in your life, what you do is you become that, and then that attracts it into your life. Like, let's say you want money, so you kind of get the concept in you of you have money, and you dress like you have money, you act like you have money, and that concept is that you are going to be able to attract that into your life. But it doesn't mean that that's the only way to live, or it's always going to work. It's just a different way of, I don't know, looking at it. But sometimes I listen to some of those people and I just face palm. It's like it's just, I don't know. I don't like them. I don't like the way that they do it.
There is now a girl out there. She used to be like a different type of YouTuber. Her name is Marina Joyce. That is, she's a nice young lady who just went off the deep end of crazy. She wants to open a church or a monastery to her.
Get the fuck out.
She's a goddess, she's claiming. And she's one of the people that believe that the sun gives them all the nourishment they need on top of it.
Oh, you talking about she makes herself up like a Barbie?
Okay, I think she's hot, though.
No. This is Marina Joyce.
She is attractive, but she's way too thin.
No. This isn't the Barbie girl.
Oh, okay. All right.
This is another girl named Marina Joyce. She's a YouTuber. You can look her up. She just literally dove off the crazy ship. She used to be an okay YouTuber, and now she just went do. Yeah. I've seen so many reports on her. It's not funny. People thought for a while that she was being abused or controlled. It's just, she's on this drug that in America it is illegal, but in the one country that she wants to open this temple in, dedicated to her as a goddess, it's legal. Basically, this drug alters your mind, and it's worse than LSD and shrooms. I can't remember the name of it.
I mean, I want a temple for me.
Exactly. Shit, but I'm not gonna start a GoFundMe and demand people pay for it and then build it for me.
Oh, I will.
Well, I'll just do that with my own place and go, this is my temple. You pay to come see me.
But
I don't think they call that a goddess.
Yeah. I mean, but there are some occult philosophies that kind of that emphasize that, yes, you essentially are a god. I mean, you are the highest that you can accomplish, or that there's nothing higher than humanity. So essentially all humans are gods. And what you try to do is achieve the highest that you can.
Yeah.
So,
But she believes she's the only goddess.
oh, well, then that's monotheism. That's nuts.
Yeah. And thank you, David. I'm glad I'm not the crazy one here that knows about her. I mean, I really honestly hope this young lady gets help. And I mean that by professional standard help, not somebody paying her way to have all this.
Yeah. I thought you were talking about this lady who made herself to look like Barbie. She like had all kinds of implants. She had a rib taken out, so that
Hey,
her
what's wrong
waist
with
was.
implants?
Nothing's wrong with
Nothing.
implants, but she also had a rib taken out so that she had a very thin. Basically, she made herself look exactly like a Barbie doll.
I think
If
she's
you have
cute.
implants, and my girlfriend has implants, so that's not what I'm saying is bad. I'm saying trying to look like, something is. She also has other issues. She also believes that she can live off of air and that she doesn't have to eat food.
Yeah, the guy
She
who
must have
actually
not tried virginal blood before then.
no, but the guy who started that belief system even says, "Well, every so often I go to McDonald's and have a Big Mac, fries, and a Diet Coke, so I remember what society is like." But the
I
thing,
remember what that diets that was called that lives off of the sun and air.
all I know is 3 people have died from it so far.
Yeah, because you have to eat food.
You need nutrition and stuff like that in your life. You need to drink water because they don't believe in drinking water. They don't believe in eating food.
You can't live.
Even plants eat dirt, for crying out loud.
Exactly.
You can't live longer than like 2 weeks without water.
No. And I mean, some of the people have been put in hospitals because of dehydration.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, there's only been 3 reported deaths from it. And it's kind of sad when you're like, really, people?
So we still get well, actually, we're at about 2 hours. But I want to hear a little bit about your channel, Lady Ambrosia, because I don't know how many people are familiar with you and and your channel in our chat room.
Okay. I pretty much just vlog about being a witch and my own experience. I like show like little snippets of my altar space, and I participate in Lunar Wisdom's Mystical Seeker's Journey, and I participated in the YouTube Pagan Challenge, and I make like little rant videos, and it's all right. It's all right.
Yeah, I caught you on Cricket Song or Lunar Wisdom's channel, and you were talking about gypsy witchcraft, and I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, she hadn't known gypsy as an ethnicity before, so it was a fun conversation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was some good information in there. I caught a little bit about that, and you were talking about how gypsy was actually a slang term.
Yeah, so so gypsies, we're an ethnic group that I think a lot of people don't really take into consideration much, and they just kind of associate it with this free-spirited, like, woman, which is fine, and I think that's how the word has, kind of changed now, but Roma is what we are. I mean, there's tons of other gypsies. There's Irish gypsies, Greek gypsies, like my big fat gypsy wedding, they're Greek gypsies. My mother's side of my family were Roma. And gypsy means slave, so it's not really necessarily like a positive thing. And there's also like the connotation of she gypped me,
Right.
So like I think that the meaning of the word gypsy has changed to an extent, but it's always been like a slur that has been used to like oppress people of my ethnic background.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I totally think that it can be reclaimed. I mean, I have it tattooed on my
Gypsy soul, yeah. I mean, I like that. I like that concept of taking names and using them but essentially taking the power back
Yeah.
and taking it away from them. I mean, people did that with the word fag and queer, and people have done that with the word witch. I mean, for a long time, I think that's one of the reasons why the term Wiccan became so popular, was because witch had this negative connotation. And then, like, at one point, people were like, fuck that. Let's take that power back. Let's take that word witch. Even heathen, it was considered an insult.
Yeah.
Like, let's take that power back.
Come
So
here.
that's good.
Yeah, and we talked about like the fortune telling aspect and like modern day and like the past, and it was a really cool conversation. Something that's kind of interesting though on the topic of all that is this like just happened in Brown County in Indiana, which is like this really beautiful state park. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with it or not, but it's a really beautiful state park, and they have like a little like strip area that's real popular and has like a lot of really cute like artisan type shops where everything is like made by the locals who live there. And it's a beautiful county, like gorgeous hillside area, deep forests. It's lovely. And there was a palmist down there, and she also like read cards and stuff. And this is not like the first time that something like this has happened, but she ended up getting like arrested. Yeah, so basically like she was doing these services, and I remember because like 3 years ago I took like a girls trip down there, and I wanted to go get my palms read because I've never had my palms read by anyone outside of my family before, and I thought that would be kind of a fun experience. And I didn't end up getting to go. And then like last year we went down there and her shop was gone. Like it was like abandoned. And I was like, that's weird. So I looked up online, and basically what happened is that there was a lady who was like going to her, and like she basically told her that like she had a curse placed on her, and you had to pay X amount of money to get this curse off of you. So the lady, of course, paid the money and then went back for several other readings. And then the lady told her that the curse was on her children. Right. And then so she paid the money and she went back for several other readings. And then the lady told her it was on her grandchildren. And it was about failed relationships. And all the women in that family had failed marriages. And so, of course, she was, concerned for the well-being of her kids or whatnot. So she paid all this money. And then the lady, like a year later down the road, ends up remarrying like a lawyer. And she tells her husband about this. And then he goes after this lady. And I mean, she wasn't arrested for what she was doing because, tarot, like reading tarot or oracle cards or palmists or energy work, it's an unregulated industry, so you can't really be breaking the law. However, she was an entrepreneur who was not filing her taxes, so she was essentially committing grand fraud, and that's what she went to prison for, and she got 20 years.
Wow. Damn. That's why it's entertainment purposes only. Like if you do tarot readings for people, it's entertainment purposes only. That's what you should kind of use to protect yourself. But yeah, that to me, that sounds like a little bit of a scam, because if you are doing that, you can like reel somebody in and say, oh yeah, you have this curse on you. And if you give me a couple
Here's the thing though, if you don't want that service, don't pay for it.
Exactly. Yeah. But some people, they get so like they really believe in this, and they really believe that, and so they will pay that money to get that curse removed or so whatever. So I don't know if this was legitimate. I'm just saying from what I'm hearing, it sounds kind of fishy.
Well, and also this kind of stuff has been happening to psychics like as far back as it goes. I mean, now it's just a different way of persecuting psychics.
Yeah. Well, I had a young lady in a group that I'm recently in on Facebook, and I actually kind of made a video about this. I haven't posted it. I've been debating about it. I mean, there's a difference between everybody's like, you shouldn't buy a service if you know how to do something. I mean, yeah, I take donations $5 to $10. I don't take anything higher than that. I mean, I've paid $100 for a reading that actually was very accurate. Soren has done the same. But the difference between somebody who's making a living off of it and somebody who's making a profit off of it. A living is if that's the only thing they do and that's their job. The profiteers are the ones going, how can I scam this person out of more money? this lady I was talking to, she was messaged by somebody claiming to be someone who could see her auras through online, and
Fucking
told her,
gajos.
yeah, and told her that she has this bad luck curse on her, and that she has holes in her aura. And I was talking to the lady more, and she's like, after she contacted me, she's like, I couldn't feel my connection to my energy anymore. I was having issues connecting with myself with meditation. I was having all these different issues. And I'm like, well, did you block her and keep her away from you? She's like, yes. I'm like, well, you need to work on finding a way to get whatever you believe is cursed upon you off of you, or work on your stuff, because some people will scam to the point of making you think something is wrong when there's not, like you said. Like the whole, oh, by the way, you so-and-so in your family has this. But it didn't help because the lady contacted her first. And that's how everybody's like, dude, she's a scam artist. I mean, let us know who that is so we can make sure we block her too. But at the same time, it makes the people who are legitimately doing this stuff, like I do mine free for some people. I do mine if we need extra gas money. I do tarot readings for $5. And it's just kind of hard for some people who this is their living, and somebody comes along and scams people and makes them all look bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
but there's crazies everywhere. In every occupation, there's crazies.
Yep.
I mean, I'm a hairstylist, and I know some hairstylists who give like extended services. So there's
Extended
crazies
services.
everywhere. I'm a reader myself, and I feel like this. If you feel like I'm scamming you, and if you feel like the information that I am relaying to you, you do not resonate with, or you feel like I'm trying to like mislead you, don't come to me. Don't ask for
Right.
my services, and don't pay for my services, because I do charge for my services because I'm giving you my time.
Yeah.
You know?
So David from the chat is saying that under article in section 165.35, I don't know where that's from, but he says it is illegal to claim you have supernatural powers and or read the future and accept money in that way unless you claim it to be for entertainment, which I think is excellent. I think that that's the best way, because I absolutely agree with you, Lady Ambrosia, and also Loki. I think that you're giving your time, you're giving your services to someone, but I think it's very important for the people who are receiving that service to understand that it's for entertainment purposes.
Yeah.
And and that's the way it is. You are offering the service for someone, they are paying for that service, and you're exchanging that service. But from your perspective, from a legal perspective, you're offering that for entertainment purposes only. Whatever they think about it, however they act, or whatever they do with that information is their business.
Well, and my
Yeah.
prices
what I
are
mean?
donations as well.
Yeah.
Right. And that's another good way. And I don't think there's anything wrong with exchanging that service. Like Loki did a reading for me, and she, I paid her, and she did it. She went out and she did the tarot reading, which, by the way, was spot on. It was exactly what I was thinking of. And she didn't lead any question. You know how some people, they'll lead question like, oh, well, are you concerned about a girlfriend, or were you wondering about your work? And they'll kind of lead questions. She didn't ask me anything. And then at the end, she, I told her what it was. But the whole time, it was just like entertainment in my mind. It wasn't like whatever information I got was, I was going to run with and change my life.
Yeah, I would have been concerned if you did. But I mean, there's been a lot of people who, but this lady, she was asking this other person when she's like, well, I can fix you for, I think she quoted her $600 for less than an hour's worth of work. And it was like, she's like, I don't even make that in 2 weeks at my job. Why the hell would I pay anyone that for less than an hour's worth of work? And I told her, my best bet is if you believe in it, she may have put a hex or something upon you, contacted you, and thinking that you would be a sucker to do this.
Smart.
Or she just thinks that you'll believe her.
Yeah. But yeah, and I mean, there are, I think Zabora was talking about this before. I don't know if she's still in the chat or not.
She
but
went to bed.
Okay, but there's people who practice like voodoo and Santeria, even some witches that I know, that they will do services for people. Like if they want some spell work done, or they want a curse removed, or they want a curse placed, or whatever, and they will do services in exchange for money. And that's, in my opinion, that's kind of like that's an area that I wouldn't want to go into, but I do know that there are people who do that. And it may take a couple of sessions, and people pay money for that, and I don't know how exactly that happens, but they don't get in trouble for it. I mean, the police don't come around and arrest the priestesses for doing spell work.
Right. Well, I officiate pagan weddings, and I do home blessings, and I do baby blessings, and I charge for those services. And I don't feel like it should be any different than if I was a Christian selling my services.
Right.
I don't feel like it should be any different as if I'm charging for people to come to a Bible study, or if I'm not paying taxes because I'm a pastor who owns a church. Like, no, I don't think it's any different. I think it's just another way for people to separate the other.
So Moat posted something in the chat. Let it reappear for me because it likes to be stupid. Stupid computer. He said, I know a
Charlton Beacon High School used to dick people out of their 3-card Monty in high school in the school cafeteria. Became a quote-unquote professional medium. He didn't have powers. He just knew how to read people. His wife, a few years later, dead by a rival medium, according to her.
Oh, Lord.
I will tell you that some of the Roma parlors can get pretty fierce.
Oh, yeah.
That is a legit thing, especially on the East Coast. It is like gangs.
Right.
I mean,
you mean like in their territory, people like getting their customers and stuff like that?
Yeah, like there's territories and levels to it. So like hypothetically speaking, let's say that like, my family owned like a strew of parlors, and like you decided to set up your own little shop and offer readings on our block, that would be a serious issue.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, Portland, you can almost go anywhere and maybe find a medium shop. Granted, there's only like 3 to 4 new age stores there, which in Vancouver we have 2. But the thing is some places you find one shop in the entire town. Other places it's just an entire block.
Yeah, we actually have a lot here in Indy. I think we have at least, I think it's like 8 or 9, which I feel like is a pretty decent number for a city to have.
That is.
Yeah. It's a big number, actually. Like I said, Portland has more than Vancouver does, but Portland's also, they host a naked bike ride. They host a lot of weird shit in Portland. I mean, and I can throw a rock, and if I throw hard enough, it might go over the river and hit somebody in Portland. But I mean, it's kind of odd. I think the biggest problem we have here is who has the better taco truck.
And then you have the taco gangs that kind of like throw salt on people and must have been in my taco business, man.
But I mean, I find it, you don't hear about a past, I hate to say it like this, you don't hear about a pastor shooting another pastor in the news, but weirder things have happened, yet they report other things like this in the news, and it just it gives everyone a bad name.
Well, and there's also just a higher rate of crime in more impoverished communities to begin with. And some of these pastors have these gigantic fucking massive mega churches.
Which is like, really?
But we're the scammers.
Yeah, I know. But remember, God loves you.
You only
need
get to heaven if you pay me $100.
Right.
Exactly. He'll only love you if you pay for the church.
Exactly. I was just going to say, but there are a lot of pastors that we're well aware of who go out there and collect that money, and that money that's supposed to be going to the church and the congregation to serve God is actually going to buy hookers and cars and
That's
whatever
what I'm
else they want.
saying. This is why I feel like this specific instance, this is why I feel like it's just another like way that like this, you know, just gets targeted.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see. Yeah. Yeah, and I agree with you. I think that there is. I mean, I think it's gotten better in the past like 30 years, but yeah, there's people who have lost their homes, lost their jobs, lost their kids, because they were considered to be a practicing witch. And you know, we don't hear about that much anymore, but I'm sure it does still happen, but in other ways, like this, where like, okay, well, we'll sue this lady for her because she's a witch or whatever. You know, it's a shame that it happens, but it does happen.
Something like that almost happened to me. Here, a buddy of mine was staying here. He was on drugs. Me and my girl had enough of it, and I said, "Get the fuck out of my house." And it's middle of winter. He walks to the cop shop, which is like, I don't know, almost a mile away. Still in his pajamas, still in a beater, walked all the way there. Cops knocking on my door, hiding a kid in here. Not happening. All because I had my altar set up and my daughter's set up in that room as well.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I like, normally I don't invite cops in. I'm not cops. I'm not saying I like cops, but normally I don't invite them in.
Yeah, you don't have to
Sure,
unless you have
my
a search
daddy's-
warrant.
Right, exactly.
Right.
My better judgment, I said, you know, I'll show you. You know, just to clear my name, I'll show you. He's seen the altar and he's like, "Oh, you're pagan." I'm like, "Yes." There's nothing wrong with that, and left.
Yeah, of course not.
Yeah.
Of course there's nothing wrong with that. But I mean, most smart police officers will not go into someone's house. I mean, those
Right.
cops have made a big mistake right there. They shouldn't go in your house, even if they're invited in, unless they have a search warrant. They have no reason to be in your house.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Though, I mean, I've heard cases.
But just to put his mind at ease, and just to say, you know, look, I'm not hiding a kid here.
Right. Right. Exactly. Yeah. You're trying to be
You can see.
cooperative, and yeah.
Yeah, fuck
Yeah.
being cooperative.
Yeah, I mean, there was one lady in the
White
coven that
lives matter for me.
the coven that I was in at one time in California. There was one lady who was in the middle of a custody battle, and we had CPS come and talk to everybody in the coven because his husband set her ex, who I guess decided to become a Christian, was saying that she was using the child in an abusive way by introducing them to paganism and hurting her. The CPS person came and talked to everybody in the group, and it's like, I don't see anything wrong happening here. I mean, there's other kids running around playing and having a good time, and nothing bad is happening. Oh no, you're standing in a circle with candles.
Right.
I mean, and there's been cases where I've seen judges just hear the word, "Oh, well, she's a pagan," or "he's a pagan," and they'll either rip their children away from both of them or give custody to the one that is agnostic or Christian, or that doesn't claim any of this. It's hit or miss, and it's sad, but it just really depends on where you live and the intelligence of the people.
Yeah, I think it's
Right.
one of the reasons why a lot of groups don't allow people to join who are under the age of 18, simply for that reason that has happened in the past. And so, if you're over the age of 18, a lot of covens will accept you in. If you're under the age of 18, they won't accept you. You know.
You better have a note.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
some
And
did have parent permission forms.
Yeah, but they wouldn't even. They would. Some of the covens that I've known, they wouldn't even accept that. You
Yeah,
have
I
to
know
be
that
over
for
the age
me.
of
I don't
18.
think I would feel comfortable being in a coven with children.
Yeah.
I mean, like I
I
said,
think
with
it's
the
one
coven-
thing to have like coven members' kids around at certain times,
Yeah.
but to actually be in ritual with minors, I don't know if I would feel comfortable with that.
Yeah, and
think-
it's not that anything is going to happen to the kids, but it's from the outside world viewing in, like, like they, like in case somebody does like get into a divorce case and then like they're like, well, what did you see in Circle? And then the kids kind of like describing it. Maybe they embellish some things and then like, oh, okay, well, it sounds like you were endangering this kid because they had like daggers and stuff like this. And it's like, whoa, okay, so that's why they don't want to have kids around.
Yeah.
For that reason too.
I think the most was one person, the person we used their house the most had 2 kids, and we did a lot of light, fluffy kind of rituals with the kids around. I mean, with the egg hunt, or one of the kids wanted to dress up as the hey, look, I'm the embodiment spirit of the beginning of the season, the beginning of the year kind of thing. Kind of like the New Year's baby stuff.
Oh, that's so cute.
And it worked because he was technically our youngest in the group. But at the same time, when it came to certain rituals, we had the kids go out and play, or they would go inside and play, and it'd be adults only.
Yeah.
Well, and just I think the content too. Like I feel like if we're doing ritual skyclad, we probably shouldn't have kids in the mix.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
no, that's a
Right,
no.
yeah.
Probably not.
But
Yeah.
we were in city limits, so we couldn't do skyclad anyways. And we were kind of next to a freeway. So that kind of took the
Indoors or outdoors?
outdoors, because
Oh.
her house didn't have enough room inside, but she lived on over 4 acres of land. So
Yeah.
Tell her
Yeah,
to
I
build an
don't-
extension.
Yeah, I don't think people do outdoor. I mean, they could do outdoor skyclad if they like had a fence around. I mean, still it's technically your property.
Right.
yeah,
But yeah.
I've done outdoor skyclad before.
hmm But it was probably on somebody's property. You
Yeah.
weren't like out in a park.
No, I wasn't just in like a neighborhood.
or running
Yeah.
through the woods.
There's people, yeah.
I just got a bad visual of Lay Logan streaking through the woods.
No. Don't. You don't want to go there, Loki. Don't go there. I want you to be able to sleep.
Yes, dear.
Careful, his pubes might make him fly away.
Oh my god.
What?
What is-
I'm not repeating that.
Come on.
Oh,
It's already out there. You have to.
careful, your the only hair on your body might cause you to fly away. Okay,
Only
pubes.
hair on my body?
He has facial pubes.
I don't understand that. Yeah, I have facial pubes, yes.
Are amazing, all right? The pubes.
Oh, dear God. But no,
I
we
keep my
gotta.
facial pubes very groomed.
Me too.
Exactly. Yes.
Oh. Yeah, I destroyed everyone's mind. You're welcome.
They'll never be the same again.
Oh, they watch our show. They weren't the same
If-
anyways.
If that's the straw that broke the camel's back, I'm in the YouTube business.
Yeah, here too. I'm pretty sure we have said much worse.
Yeah, and
I-
we'll probably
I
say much
debunk
worse in the future.
much
too.
worse.
Yeah.
Oh,
My Logan's right there with me, debunking just so much worse.
Yeah, exactly.
well, I
Well,
do
I'm
my
a
happy
lady,
fluffy stuff.
So
Huh?
I said I'm a lady, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, of course not. Of course you're, yes.
Oh, I'm a Viking. We don't. Yeah, no. Blood, guts, and mead.
Blood, guts, and meat. All on the same plate or separate?
You're
No,
covered in blood and
that's-
guts, and then you're drinking the mead. And hopefully it's somebody else's blood and guts and not your own.
I have a pint anyways.
I remember
Ah, fuck it.
years ago there was this article or something this guy had, and he had this very romantic images of the Viking, and like how the Viking was like this romantic image of this person who went in and plundered. And I and I wrote a letter to this particular magazine. I was like, you do realize that Vikings basically went into church, slaughtered priests, and stole their money, right? There wasn't too much romantic about that. They just went in, butchered people, and stole from them. That's
Took
what
slaves,
they did.
took all the hot chicks away.
Yeah,
Well,
that's what they did.
they took
And then in the summertime, they farmed.
Yeah. Well, honestly, though, is some of their raids were built up of women. Even the women Viking, if somebody came to their village, they fought back. So you got to realize the women were fierce. Even the ones that they took with them to places where they're settling, aka the hostages and captives, they still treated as if they would their own women. They gave them freedoms. They gave them abilities to do their own thing, and they trusted to leave them alone when they went on raiding parties.
I'd still rather be a vulva than a shield maiden.
Yeah, I think I find it really hard to believe, looking back in history, that like let's say 50% of the population was just standing around huddled, while the other 50% were fighting for their lives.
Oh,
I
hell
don't
no.
think that was no.
Well,
I think
everybody had a weapon.
the women were in there fighting too. They probably had
Exactly.
pitchforks, and they were probably killing guys, beating them off. Well, not beating them off,
Well, yeah.
defending them off.
Somebody kicks down my door, tries to kill my husband or my kids back in that time. I'm going to grab a butcher knife and put it in their fucking forehead. The thing is a lot of people like to paint the women and us women in general as helpless victims. Believe it or not, I think we're far from helpless.
Right.
Agreed, yeah.
And it sucks. It's supposed to be the man's job to protect us, and if we try to protect ourselves, we're seen as horrible women.
I mean, but if a man wants to protect me, I will gladly let him do that. I mean,
yeah. But I don't
Hold on.
I wonder where that narrative comes from, because I think that most.
Oh God, Moot!
What happened?
You got to hear this joke. You got to.
Okay.
I got to read this joke. I'm dying. So, KKK hears that there's going to be a pagan ritual in nearby woods and thinks naked people passing around a bonfire. They decide to go fuck with them and bring a burning cross. Pagans are Asatrues, and one of them gets up telling the KKK members, "He brought a cross. Got some nails. I got a hammer."
oh my gosh.
That is perfect. Oh, that is awesome. Good joke.
I love you, Moat. Oh, hell, people.
When I read Asatrues, the moment I read Asatrues, I'm like, oh, this is turning south.
This is turning
It was probably
south.
in the South, too.
You're really instead of north, huh?
I hate to say that, but I know, like I said, most of my family lives in the South. I mean, my Uncle Roger, I think, now he's more Christian, but he's this big, bulky guy that drives a motorcycle and used to own a bar. Now he works and drives a bus and looks like Santa Claus.
Hot.
So, but he still rides his motorcycle, and he's covered in tattoos.
Hot.
My Uncle Roger is pretty cool. And he also had a very interesting and a bit racist nickname for my little brother that I'm not going to repeat here because some people will take it wrong. Oh, fuck it. He called him Colorado big-eared porch monkey.
Ha!
And my
Do you
brother's
have big
whiter
ears?
than me. Yes, my brother has bigger ears than Ly Logan.
I was
Oh,
gonna-
like
Damn it,
Logan.
it's getting on your ears.
See, my brother has Dumbo ears. You have okay ears.
Well, you know what they say about guys with big ears, don't you?
that's what I was getting ready to say.
We
They
hear
grow red
really, really
beards?
well.
I was about to say, he has a red beard, so... But he has dark brown hair. My family's genetic is just really fucked up. It's German and a bunch of other shit.
Like most
Just a bunch
Europeans.
of mutts.
Oh,
Yeah.
dear gods.
Yeah. Well, we've already been going on for almost 3 hours now. So
Yeah.
I don't know what time it is in Indiana, but I think it's got to be pushing on like what 1 a.m. or midnight there.
Midnight.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like 12:40.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 9:40.
Yeah.
Ambrosia, I would like to keep you on just a little bit longer so I can grab your information so I'm not on the internet trying to look for you again.
Okay.
So, everyone say your goodbyes. Blessed be everyone. I hope you guys had fun. I hope you guys
Night,
enjoyed
guys.
our special.
Thank you, chat, for being so wonderful and providing us with so much entertainment.
And breaking
Yeah.
our brains.
Yes.
That's already broken. Mostly Moat.
Yes, definitely. Thank you.
Bye.
All right, guys. We'll catch you
Night,
later.
guys.
Night.